Matt Brown, and I will be showing you how to play Stairway to Heaven in this lesson. Before we get into actually playing it, I'll just kind of go over some basics of finger picking. So I'll just put my pick up here for a second. With finger picking, essentially you've got 4 fingers that you use. The pinky isn't really used too often, except for in like flamenco music when they're doing what's called a rasgueado, which is kind of like a type of stuff. But basically, you've got your thumb, which is abbreviated as P. If you ever see some finger picking indications, P means your thumb. You've got your index finger, which is abbreviated I, M for middle finger, and then your third finger is A, which stands for, I believe, like annular, something close to that word, forgive me. Basically, with the technique for finger picking, so you want the movement to come from this joint right here. You don't want it to come from the middle joint in here, because you won't get as loud and as nice of a tone. So if you come from this joint, you'll get more tone, and it'll just be kind of a better tone in general. And it also helps control your playing. It'll come across more smooth and even as well. So basically, for now, until you learn some more complicated finger picking techniques, essentially you want your thumb to play your 3 bass strings, and then each of your other 3 fingers will play. Your index finger will play the G, which is of course muted because I've got my pick up here. Your B with your middle finger, and then your first string with your third finger or your A finger. So, and with your thumb, you want the movement to come from this joint in here. You don't want it to. A lot of people when they're beginning have a tendency to kind of do one of these with their thumb to play the note, but that's not what you want to do. You want to use the whole thumb portion. So that's just some real basic finger picking pointers. I'll get into maybe some more of that in a different lesson. But the song starts with an A minor chord, like this. You've got third finger on the D string, and then you've got a bar across your 5th fret of the G, B, and E strings. So that'll be the first little arpeggiation figure. That's how you arpeggiate the A minor chord. And then what you have is an E augmented chord with the 3rd in the bass, which is kind of complicated sounding, but essentially you've got an augmented chord means that you raise the 5th of the chord, which is B, so that becomes a C. So this could also be considered to be like an A minor major 7 sound too. And so you've got this, and then what happens next, your thumb and your A finger will play at the same time. Then like that. And then this next chord is C with G in the bass. So you've got a bar across the 5th fret on these 3 strings, and then your pinky will be playing the 8th fret, which is your high C of the chord. So up to this point we have so with the C chord, P and A will play at the same time, like that. Next, what you have is a D chord with the 3rd in the bass, your F sharp. So for this, you're gonna start with a bar across the high 3 strings at the 2nd fret. Second finger will go on the 3rd fret on the B string, then your 3rd finger will go here on the 4th string. So then with this chord, you arpeggiate the same way as the C. So now up to this point. The next chord is F major 7, which got your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the G string, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B, then an open E. So that's the arpeggiation of that chord. Then what happens next is a quick chord change. With this right here is kind of, you could either call it like a E minor with no root, or a G/B, which is probably what I would refer to it as, G/B. So basically all it is 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, then your open B and G strings, going to A minor. And so for this A minor, since you're not playing the D string, you can just use your 1st and 2nd fingers to get this one. And so then what happens next is an open A sliding up to your 8th fret, which is F on that string, back to E, and I play this all with my thumb, and that leads you back into a repeat of that.